one more question about an OVW guy. This one submitted on Twitter using the hashtag #CornyDriveThru, and it's from Joe Convoy. I was wondering what you thought
Convoy.
What was that CD?
Breaker 19 there, big brother.
Rubber Duck, we got. All right, well, here's our question from Joe Convoy.
We got a big old convoy. Okay.
Rocking through the night.
Rocking through the night.
I was just wondering what you thought of Mordecai, Kevin Fertig. I always thought the gimmick had some potential. Did you think so? Or did you think it was doomed from the start?
No, we had Seven, who was his original gimmick. We had Seven here for years in OVW as part of the Disciples of Sin. And I'd originally met Kevin and first seen him work. He was working for Randy Hales in 1999 or whatever in Memphis, because he actually started training with Sid, and he was from Memphis, and he'd been working just a short time at that point, and he had a great look, and his cardio was pretty rotten back in those days. So fast forward a year or so, and he had gotten in better shape and worked on his cardio, and I can't remember whether he came up here and then they again got signed or vice versa. But he was here but that's the problem, is he was here for so long in developmental. They needed to do something with. I mean, I got bored with him. I'm like, please take him. He's been ready to go, right? Either fish or fucking cut bait or feast or famine or whatever the goddamn cliche is. That, you know, he got over and got good and then got stale here in developmental. And then they changed the gimmick several times. That was not a period of time where I was watching WWE television. So I hate to say it, but I didn't see much of it. But I think ultimately it came down to Kevin's his timing and his body language. He was a big, imposing guy whose shit looked good, but he was always in sort of the same pace. He didn't ever really pull it back, but have him when he pulled it back, and he didn't really kick it in and fucking flip out. He always had a pace and a rate and the body language maybe that didn't connect with the folks in the big arenas, and the promos were not the most fire and brimstone for an evil personality like that. So just from what I think it's like I told Batista when I said, you'll never be taking arm drags in a second match. When you're big and impressive looking, then you have to fulfill on every front more than when you're a little weasel that can excel by halfway overachieving. You know, right?
Yeah.
If you don't set such a great visual fucking precedent that you got to live up to, sometimes you can get away with coasting.